Hey, what's up you guys? This is Alex Zerbe, the professional Zaniac! And I'm here on behalf of the city of Tumwater to wish you Happy 4th of July! Woo! I got a whole video of awesome tricks for you guys, and I would love to thank Eric Zabala of State Farm Insurance for sponsoring this video. Thanks, Eric! Bam! Boom! I'm gonna start it off by taking you guys on a quick juggling tour of Tumwater. Thanks again to the city of Tumwater and Eric Zabala at State Farm. Let's go! One of my favorite kinds of shows to do is school assembly shows. I love performing for kids. I love coming into schools. And some of you maybe even saw me one of the many times I came to Tumwater Hill Elementary. But one thing I've noticed doing shows in all these different schools in all these different states is that music programs in schools have been getting cut. They've been getting reduced and eliminated, and it really concerns me. Because without music in our schools, how are our young people going to realize just how terrible Justin Bieber really is? So, I've decided to take it upon myself to incorporate a little bit of musicianship into my performance. And I am not a professionally trained musician, but I like to make up for my lack of musical training by incorporating a little bit of creativity. That's how I get the boogie in the music. What's up, guys? It's time for something dangerous! Can you dig it? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this shovel, I'm gonna balance it on my foot. Then I'm going to kick the shovel off of my foot. It's gonna fly through the air for a split second, and then I'm going to catch this shovel in a perfect balance using nothing but my face! Catching things with my face is a skill I learned in Little League! But to make this trick even more dangerous, I'm gonna take this shovel and I'm gonna light it on fire. Super slow motion. Yeah.
But wait, if you order now, I'll balance a flaming shovel on my face and juggle 3 flaming torches. Ooh, look at that! It's a behind the back throw! Amazing! Oh yeah! Woo!
Hey, what's up, you guys? Boom! I want to teach you guys some cool stuff that you can do if you ever want to put together a show or try to make your friends laugh or your parents laugh. So I'm going to teach you two cool, quick gags. A gag is like a joke, but you don't have to say any words. It is a visual joke. And the first gag I'm going to teach you is called the ear poke, and it looks like this. I'm going to teach you how to do the ear poke. Step number 1, make a number 1 with your hand. What you're doing is you're putting the tip of your finger in your ear, but then you're putting the tongue in your cheek to make it look like your finger goes all the way through your brain and into your mouth. That's the joke. So in order to make it work, you have to put your finger in at an angle. See how my elbow is really high up and it comes in at this angle that goes right down to my cheek, just like that. So don't poke it in on the side. The illusion won't work. Come in an angle, and I like to do 3 pokes. 1, 2, 3. To make it look like it's poking through the cheek. And then when I move my hand down, I move my tongue up to make it look like it's connected. Just like that, the ear poke gag. A little bit of practice in front of the mirror and you will have it, guaranteed. All right, second gag. This one's a little bit easier if you can cross your eyes. I call it the ear twist faced. You do 3 things. You twist your ear, you stick out your tongue, and you cross your eyes. All at the same time. It kind of looks like your ear is a switch that makes the funny face. Check it out. Just like that. It's pretty easy. And if you don't know how to cross your eyes, you can learn with practice. You can put your finger out in front of your face and bring it all the way into your nose while you're looking at the tip of your finger. And sometimes that'll do it. And sometimes you just have to exaggerate that a little bit, just like that. Oh. Well, all you just do those 3 things all at the same time. So see if you can get your parents to do it. See if you can do it. Another thing, a great thing to practice in front of the mirror. Oh yeah. You gotta savor the flavor of my nutty behavior. I'm gonna make your mouth water like a cherry lifesaver. I've concocted a caper to fill my pockets with paper. Do Mr. Rogers a favor and won't you be my neighbor? I'm Alex Zerbe, the professional Zaniac. To do what I do, you gotta stay healthy, you gotta stay in shape. And that's why I like to exercise everything!
America's best aerobic athlete.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right.
We're warmed up and ready to go. Can I get some water?
You may wish to begin with 10 to 12 reps of each of the following exercises.
Dad!
Oh gosh.
And 1! Reeks. Cheeks. 3 weeks.
Think fast.
It's my #1 beauty secret.
Oh, yeah!
And that's how you exercise everything, if you want to be in this kind of shape.
Look, it's the guy from the trophy.
Do that routine before breakfast, after lunch, before dinner, after dessert, and once again before bedtime. See you later, Zaniac Maniacs. Bam! Boom! Aw yes, it's time for more tricks that you can do! And for this next one, I'm gonna teach you a funky dance move. I call it the wavy arms. You're gonna take your fingers, you're gonna interlock them like so, and then what you do is you put your arms up like this, so they're even with your shoulders. You don't wanna bring them too far down, you don't wanna bring them too far up, even with your shoulders, and then you make a wave with your arms, just like this. So in slow-mo, you bring your elbow up, you bring your hands up as your elbow kind of comes down. You bring this side of your hands up, like your wrist like this as your elbow comes down, and then your far elbow comes up, and then it evens out again. So it starts and ends in the same place, like this. Ooh, and then you can't see it down here, but you gotta shake your legs to really complete the effect. So interlock your fingers, put them at shoulder height, and make a nice wave. Do it nice and slow at first, and then you can speed it up, get a little head wobble in there, and a little bit of funky stuff. The wavy arms dance. Let's do it, yeah! All right, I'm gonna teach you another magic trick. This one is pretty cool. I call it the thumb off trick, and this one takes some practice, so don't get frustrated if you can't get it right away. You're gonna take your left hand and you're gonna place it in front of you like this, with your thumb down like this. Notice how all of these are flush. And then you're gonna take this joint right here and you're gonna tuck the tip of your left thumb behind your hand. So it looks like that. Once you have your hand in this position, you're ready to incorporate your right hand. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take your right hand and you're gonna bend that knuckle over here, this one right there. You're gonna bend that and you're gonna match it up with your left hand. So it looks like this. Try to make sure your right thumb isn't poking out, but that it's even with this hand, like there. See how it's nice and flat against this hand? So once you have this, you hide the joint of those two knuckles with your index finger like this. Keep these fingers raised up and high, and then what you do is you pull your thumb off like that. So it looks like this. Woo! Back to normal. Pretty sweet. It's a legit magic trick. It looks super cool. Remember, it's all about the placement of your left hand and the placement of your right hand. Once you get it like this, all you have to do is hide that join right there and you're good to go. It's not too hard, but it will take you some practice. I know you can do it. I believe in you. Yeah! I am going to do one of the most difficult tricks that I can do with 3 juggling clubs. And before I get to this hard trick, I always have to start with this move because I'm out here in unincorporated Thurston County. And this is the only way my phone gets reception. Oh yeah, all right, hardest trick that I know how to do. It comes in multiple parts, and the first part of the trick, right here. Second part of the trick, club goes from the chin to the nose, from the nose to the forehead, from the forehead to the 5 head. And then last part of the trick, I'm gonna take the club, let it fall behind me. Without looking, I will make a blind kick with the bottom of my foot. The club is gonna fly over my face, it's gonna shatter my light bulb, and then I'll catch the club and start to juggle all 3. I call this trick Fillet of Soul. Woo! Bam! Yeah! Hey, what's up, you guys? We're gonna do a quick science lesson now, and what better way to start it off than with a little bit of destruction. Woo! Taking out the red Solo cups, bringing down the tower! So you might have seen one of these things before, maybe you even have one. The package says it throws a ball of air, which isn't a very scientific term, but what it actually does, it creates something called a vortex. And a vortex is organized energy. You can create a vortex even if you don't have one of those toys with just a glass of water. So I put a little food coloring in here so you can see it. And if you just start stirring the water, you'll notice that there's a big hole right in the middle of the water. Check that out. That is a vortex, organized energy. All the water is going around and around in the same direction, and it creates something that's more stable than just water standing still. There's order to it. Pretty cool. So how does this thing create a vortex? I'll tell you. What happens when I pull the elastic back and let it go, it shoots fast moving air through this hole. Now some of the air goes right through the hole, it keeps going fast, but some of it gets slowed down by this wall around the hole. See, there's a wall here. So you end up with two speeds of air coming out of this hole. Fast moving air and slow moving air. So what happens is the slow moving air comes out, the fast moving air shoots through the middle of it, and it creates a toroid or a toroidal vortex. Toroid is just a fancy word that means donut shaped. So when you're eating Cheerios, you can be like, I'm grubbing on some toroids, Mom. What does it look like? All right, I filled up this garbage can. This is another vortex generator with a bunch of fog from a fog machine so we can watch what the vortex looks like. Look at that. Pretty cool. Oh my goodness, shooting toroids right at you. So the fast moving air comes out of here, it shapes the slow moving air into that ring or that toroid, and that's how you get a toroidal vortex. Stunts! All right, it's time to learn some more cool tricks that you can do. Oh yeah. So I call this one the arm gag. Remember, a gag or a sight gag is a visual joke. And this is how it works. You need a long sleeve shirt or a jacket. It helps if it's a little bit baggy. And this is what you do. You take one arm out of your sleeve. So I'm gonna take my left arm out of the sleeve entirely. See how it is down here? Totally out of the sleeve. Whoop, 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 whoop. And then I'm gonna take my right hand and I'm gonna put it into the cuff of my left sleeve like this. So I take my right hand, pop it into the cuff, easy peasy. And then here's what you do. You put your arm inside the jacket right by your chest here, right by where your heart is. And then this is where the coordination comes in. This takes a little bit of coordination, but it's not too hard. As you move your right arm down, you're gonna push your left fist out. Right arm down, left fist out, like this. So it looks like you have like a big heart or something popping out of your chest because it looks like this arm is moving at first glance. Another kind of illusion thing. So you get your arm in the cuff, you put your left fist right by your chest, and then as you move your right arm down, you push your left fist out. So it looks like this. Woo! The arm gag! Yeah! Oh. All right, we're gonna learn another one really quick too. I call this one the finger switch, and it is like an old standard of magic. It's one of the easiest magic tricks you can learn how to do. It looks like this. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So what you do is you put one finger up on each hand, and then you're gonna go 1, 2, and then on the third time, you're gonna put the finger of your left hand down and the second finger, the middle finger of your right hand up, like that. And it looks like you switched fingers over. It's pretty easy. But it does take some practice. You wanna make sure not to do like that. And then you can do a bunch of variations too. You can be like, Let's try it again. So you're gonna put one finger up on each hand. You're gonna go 1, 2, 3, just like that. Practice it in slow motion first, and then just kind of speed it up, just like this. And you can be like, magic, 1, 2, oh, magic. The finger switch and the arm gag. Try it out on your friends. Try it out on your kid brothers and sisters. Let's go! You might have noticed I have a super big mouth, and I'm always looking for ways to utilize my natural gifts and abilities. So I'm going to attempt a trick for you guys. I'm going to attempt to juggle 2 ping pong balls using only my mouth. This is how jugglers store food for the winter. All right, 2 ping pong balls juggled in the mouth. Little warm-up trick. As high as I can split one of the balls off the floor into the mouth. I call this trick the school lunch. Hey! And kids, a lot of these tricks you can try at home, but this is not one of them. Never put ping pong balls in your mouth. It is dangerous. These are choking hazards. There is a very real chance I could swallow these balls. And it doesn't hurt on number 1, but man, it burns on number 2. All right, here we go. 2 ping pong balls juggled in the mouth. And don't worry, there is somebody in this house that knows how to do the Heimlich maneuver, which is what you want to do on somebody who's choking, but you don't want to do it on somebody who has gas. Woo! Let's take a look at that again from a totally different angle. Woo! Hey, what's up? You know, when I was a kid, more than anything in the world, I wanted to be a ninja! Ha! 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 But my parents would not buy me any ninja equipment, no weapons, no nunchucks, no throwing stars. So instead of throwing stars, I taught myself how to throw playing cards. Yeah. All right, so this isn't my coolest card throwing trick here. This one's totally sweet. And my daughter Amelie is going to help me out. Say hi, Amelie.
Hi. I am an animal. Rawr.
So we're going to do a trick with a carrot. This is a carrot locally grown. And go ahead, hold on to that, Amelie. Yeah, there you go. Hold it nice and straight, and coochie coochie coo! All right, check it out. I'm going to slice that carrot in half by throwing a playing card at it. Well, not the promotional card. We'll use the ace of hearts, ace of hearts. Check it out! Look at that. Bam, sliced in half with a playing card. Aw, yeah. Say goodnight, Amelie.
Good night.
Well, if your parents are like mine, they probably aren't buying you nunchucks or throwing stars, so I am going to teach you how to throw playing cards. Yes! The first step is how you hold the card. What you want to do is you want to take your playing card and hold it between your index finger and your middle finger, just like this on the first knuckle. So notice how I got a little bit of the corner of the card sticking out. Also notice how I'm holding it. It's the long part is sticking out on this side, not down like this. You can get more power and leverage if the heavier part of the card is sticking out to the side when you flick your wrist. So hold the card with the tip sticking out in between your first two knuckles, just like this. And then when you throw the card, it's all about the wrist. It's all about flicking your wrist. Don't worry about your elbow or your shoulder at first. Just flick your wrist like you're shaking water off of your wrist. So hold it like so, and then give your wrist a nice little flick and point your fingers where you want the card to go. And you might have to sacrifice your deck of cards. If you can take a look, your cards are going to get bent up, you're going to lose some cards, but it's totally fine with me. It's not my deck. And the other thing that's really important, never throw cards at people. And you know, they can cut a carrot in half so they can break skin. So never throw cards at people. Grab yourself a deck and start throwing. Oh yeah, let's see if we can get it. All right, I'm gonna teach you another cool thing. I am gonna teach you my signature funny face. It is my favorite funny face of all time. I think it is the coolest and the weirdest thing that you can do with your face. Let's go. You're gonna start with your finger up like this, and then you're gonna use the bottom part of your hand to drag your lower lip inside out like this. That's step number one. Step number one. Then you're going to use the tip of your finger to push the upper part of your lip inside out as well. Make sure not to do it like this, but really get it all the way inside out. Stick your finger up. You're going to drag that bottom part of your hand across your lip, turn it inside out. And you hold that inside out, and then here's the key. It's to smile. You gotta smile to make the face look good. And oh yeah, I look good. Tinder profile picture right here. And like I said, you can accentuate it by crossing your eyes, or like that to make it extra weird. This is my signature funny face, and I'm giving it to you. But boom, finger up, lift inside out, other lift inside out, smile. All right, we're gonna do another quick science lesson. What makes that ping pong ball float in midair above the hair dryer? Well, it's something called the Bernoulli principle. Bernoulli was an Italian mathematician, and his big discovery was that fast-moving air or fast-moving water creates low pressure. So what does that mean? When you have an area of low pressure, all the high pressure areas around it, they want to move into the low pressure, but they can't quite get all the way in there because the air keeps moving fast, creating that low pressure. So you end up with a little bit of an equilibrium point where you have the high pressure and then the low pressure. The way the ping pong ball floats in midair, it stays in that area of low pressure, and when it tries to fall out, it hits the wall of high pressure air, which keeps it inside the low pressure. Let's check out another example. So I'm going to levitate this beach ball using the leaf blower, and the only thing preventing the beach ball from falling down to the ground as I tilt it forward is that bed of high pressure air right underneath it. The beach ball's light enough and gravity's not strong enough that it can levitate on high pressure air. Oh yeah! Woo! My gums are a little dry. My favorite thing to do with the Bernoulli principle is to shoot toilet paper everywhere. If you take a roll of toilet paper, I'm going to attach it to this paint roll I have fixed to the end of my leaf blower. And then this time, when the fast air blows out of the leaf blower, it's going to shoot the toilet paper forward, but it's also going to make it float in the air. It's going to be trapped in that column of fast-moving, low-pressure air. All right, we have the toilet paper set up, and in the spirit of fairness, here you go, Amelie. It's time for the last trick of this video. I would love to thank Chad over at Tumwater Parks and Recreation and the entire city of Tumwater. It's a bummer we can't celebrate the 4th of July together, but hey, here we are in the virtual world. Also, a huge shout out to Eric Zabala of State Farm Insurance. You can find him online at tumwaterinsurance.com. Thanks, Eric, for sponsoring this video. Much love! And of course, before we go, I'd love to thank an organization that is a big part of why I am even here today, and that's my state's work release program. I'm going to do a trick that involves a balance board. I'm going to be standing up on that balance board. I'm going to be juggling a flaming torch, a 9-pound bowling ball, and an apple. Whoa, this thing is less stable than Kanye West. How do you like dem apples? Thanks to the city of Tumwater, thanks to State Farm and Eric Zabala, tumwaterinsurance.com. I am Alex Zerbe, the professional Zaniac. Have a safe and happy 4th of July. Zaniac out! Woo!